Hey everyone, welcome to Pendlehaven MTG. This is my very first video on the channel, and I decided that we could just start off with some Arena Cube Draft commentary and gameplay. I absolutely love Cube Draft, it is one of my favorite formats, and what I'm going to do in this video is walk you through my picks, why I chose certain cards, why I think certain cards are garbage, and from there, we'll do a couple games with the deck and show you generally how it functions and why you should probably be playing Arena Cube Draft. Now, one thing to note before we jump into it, Arena Cube Draft doesn't give you as great rewards. In order to go even, you do need to get 5 wins, so it's not as good as like the Ikoria Premier Draft that's up. But one cool thing about Arena Cube Draft is Cube in general teaches you to be a better drafter. For the most part, a lot of these packs are going to have a lot of cards we want, so you have to learn card analysis to make good decisions. It's not just always the rare or the mythic rare that's the card to obviously pick. There's a little bit more analysis and critical thinking on everyone's behalf when you're drafting Cube. So let's get into it here. Let's spend our 4,000 gold and ready up. So yeah, I've drafted this cube a few times, and I do have some thoughts on it. I think there are a couple of really interesting archetypes that you can build. However, I do think that there are some dead cards in the cube, that they probably don't belong in here. So for the most part, I'll point those out when we see them. Alright, so here's our first pack. We got a couple of interesting options. Now, Realm Cloak Giant, I like adventure cards in general. They're really flexible, and the way you think about them is that you get the spell half, and it draws you the creature half. So Realm Cloak Giant is a possibility if we want a control deck in white that wants a sweeper. Maze of the Valiants are really weird mid-range equipment. Not sure we're going to go that. Ephemia is a really nice aggro black creature. You could even ignore most of the text on her. Just the 2/1 flyer for 2 is really nice. But I think in terms of something that keeps us relatively open, we don't want to pick any of the gold cards. There's a lot of weak cards here. Legion Warboss is a really solid red 3-drop, relatively aggro. So we can see if we can make that work here. If not, we haven't committed anything. It's just our first pick, so I'm not that concerned about accidentally taking a card here. Alright, so there is one thing that stands out to me, notably, and that's going to be Thassa. Thassa is really, really strong in this cube if you get enough ETB targets. Just being indestructible makes her very hard to deal with, and she just continues to be a value engine. And in a cube format like this, that can really overwhelm your opponents. For the most part, though, we do have a couple of the dead cards here in the cube. Zatalpa. I rarely would ever say pick this card ever. The only deck I think you want this in is a green-white ramp deck where you could actually cast it. There's not a lot of ways to cheat this in. I don't think you will ever want to really pick this. The other card is Cauldron Familiar. Yes, the oven is in the cube, so you can do Cat Oven. But again, I just don't think it's that reliable. We do have an enchantment build around here, an Enchantress's Presence, and some good green creatures. But I think Thassa'S is still the pick here. She's just very, very strong. Alright, so let's see here. We've got a couple of options. I think now we're looking for ETBs that if we can abuse them. Karn doesn't have an ETB, and he's really good with artifacts, but I assure you that I have tried the artifact deck, and it is really, really hard to make work. You need the right pieces. Teshar, not an ETB. Hanged Executioner has an ETB, but it makes us a 1/1. The ETB I'm looking at is Jadelight Ranger. Exploring twice is really, really valuable. Yes, it's going to change the value of Jadelight Ranger every time. Sometimes it'll be a 4/3, sometimes it'll be a 3/2, sometimes it'll be a 2/1. But I really like this here. We have a very interesting Simic kind of ETB package by picking this. Playcrafter also has an ETB we could pick. But I think we're going to take Jadelight Ranger here and maybe think that maybe Legion Warboss wasn't the play. But that's okay. It's totally okay to pick cards and not play them. You're going to find that happens. Alright, so a lot of aggro here. Red's looking super open. There's 4 red cards in the pack. Not a lot of blue, which is not great for us. Wilder Wreck is interesting. I don't know how good it is in cube in general. It's very good and constructed, but when we can't really abuse its effect, I'm not sure how good it is. I think I'm just going to tell everyone to my left that there's no blue available by taking Sinister Sabotage. So that way they don't try and take any blue and possibly cut them off from the color entirely, which is really good going into pack 2. Alright, so there is there's actually 2 cards here, my mistake. Alright, so Thief of Sanity is an absolutely nutty card. This card actually runs away with games if it's not dealt with, and I think we have to take it. It's really hard to say no to this card. The other card is Exclusion Mage, which pairs excellently with Thassa. I think there's a chance it could wheel, but I just can't turn down Thief of Sanity. I love this card, and it's really, really strong. Legion Warboss, we're just going to move you to the sideboard for right now. You might come back later. Alrighty, so if we're doing some kind of Sultai ramp strategy, or Sultai ETB strategy, Massacre Girl is really nice. Her ETB is already really abusable if you can set it up once and kind of clear the board, but getting it a second time at the end step is absolutely nuts. That's pretty much going to clear the field. We do have to watch out. That will kill Thassa if Thassa's a creature, so we don't want that to happen. But I think it's just so much value that we have to take it here. Alrighty, so Gravebreaker Lamia has an ETB to dump a card from our deck to grave, but we are in Sultai. We're in the colors that could possibly use that, but I don't really see us abusing that per se. Not a lot of fixing here. I was kind of hoping for a land. Sword Point Diplomacy. This is really hard if you're not in a very, very aggressive deck where that 3 life actually really matters on the opponent. So it's really hard to pick Sword Point Diplomacy here. This is kind of a dead pack for us. So I guess we take the Lamia. It's the most borderline playable thing here. Rupture's Fire is not bad, especially being in 3 colors, but I'm going to get greedy. Alright. So, Frilled Mystic, just pretty much everything we wanted to do. It doesn't really work that well with Thassa, but it's pretty nice. The casting cost is going to be a little tough going into black, so actually we might take the Crom Lantern here. Crom Lantern's going to be pretty solid fixing us and get ramp so that possibly, and it doesn't ramp out Thassa, but it ramps out our 5 drops possibly to turn 4. So yeah, I think we take the Crom Lantern here, and I think that way we can feel a little safer about playing 3 colors. Siren Storm Tamer, not a bad situational counterspell / 1/1 flyer. Ephemia's not bad. She can help put on the pressure early. We're going to end up looking like some kind of mid-range deck. I don't think we're going any kind of control variant here. So let's see. This could be kind of gross because it's every time a creature enters and Thassa makes that twice. But I think we're just going to go for the Siren Storm Tamer here. Nothing else in the pack is that crazy. Yep, see that these shouldn't be picked. People are making smarter decisions now. We'll take Disfigure. Alcide's not going to do a ton for us, given we're not in that color and we don't have that many enchantments. So, Disfigure's removal. We'll take it. Not great. But I will take Mox Amber here, given I don't really like anything else. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. Let's go Runaway Steamkin. In case the red deck suddenly is super, super open, we could pivot. Do we even consider that? No, we'll take this. We'll take that. If the Flyers deck is open, we'll pivot into that. We'll take Wild Wreck. I don't know if we're playing it. Oh, boy. That is very, very nice to see. Well, we're not playing Monster Source, so Tetsuko will go to side. And Black Blade. Yeah. I'm not sure how good that card is in this cube, but we'll see. Alright, let's take a look. Divine. This card's very expensive and really only works in the right deck. Lyra's really nice. Bells and Locks a really good finisher. We can flicker and possibly kill ourselves actually by flickering too. Thought Erasure. Not bad. It is pseudo removal. That's the Temur land. There's a lot of good stuff in this pack, I gotta say. We might go Bells and Lock here and hope the Finale of Eternity wheels, and then Thought Erasure could possibly come back as well. Torbrand's really cool. I like him if we were in the red aggro deck, but if you run into Thassa, I don't know. That's just such value, and then combine that with Thief of Sanity. I think we made the right call. Cloudkin Seer. I suspect this card will wheel, and I really hope it does. Because that way we have another kind of draw engine off Thassa, and that's really, really strong. We also are looking for lands. Skittering is also really nice here, but I think we take Heartless Act. This card is pretty much better Doomblade. And I already can't say no to Doomblade. Alright, so Thassa'S Oracle. I don't think we're going to be decking ourselves, but it's possible. Fabled Passage isn't bad. Eldest Reborn's really solid. So I'm kind of between Thassa'S Oracle and Fabled Passage and Eldest Reborn, but I think Fabled Passage is like the pick here. If we're in 3 colors, which we actually might not be. I have not been seeing a lot of other green cards. I think we'll still take it though. It's really hard to say no to good fixing. Entrancing Melody. Yeah, it's an interesting option. A lot of red lands. Yeah, red looks really open up. It's a little late. If I wanted to pivot into it, I should have done it a little earlier. Yeah, we'll take it. It's perfectly fine. It's not really what we want, but it'll do. Alright, so Mastermind's acquisition seems really slow. Yeah, it gets us Thassa guaranteed, but not a fan. Callous Dismissal is just actually nuts, because the way you should look at this card is it is a 1/1 for 1 and a colorless that also bounces an online permanent. That's a really good value. I played that card in normal cube, and it has not yet failed to impress me. It is really solid. Alright, so we're really hoping that Cloud can say your wheels. Hopefully we see some stuff in green, but I'm not sure we're doing the green plan. Have not seen, Wildered Wreck. Yeah, not seeing it really. Chainer's Edict, it's fine. Not crazy about it. Silent Departure is probably the pick here. 1 mana bounce of creatures, fine. Having it flashback is better. I think that's probably the pick here. Chainer's Edict, it's a little too situational at sorcery speed. So I think we'll take the Departure. Alright, so Didn't Say Please is fine. I don't really care about it. Commence the endgame. A 6 mana finisher at instant speed. This card can be pretty nuts, and I think we're going to be trying to draw a lot of cards. So I think that's the pick for our deck here. Not seeing you, Jadelight Ranger. You cost 7. That hurts. Essence Scatter is pretty good, but we also need to be able to play our cards. So we'll take the fixing. Move Jadelight Ranger to the side. Just because I'm not sure that's happening at this point. We'll take Thought Erasure. We're in the Dimir colors. That'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, there it is. We'll take it. We will take this as well. At the very least, it's a 1/3 body on the ground early that can give us some value once Thassa'S on board. Now, you may have noticed, if you were watching, that I passed Momentary Blink. 1, I don't really want to go into white. I don't have any support for that. And 2, I'm just not a big fan of the card. It's fine, but when you have things like Thassa, you're just going to build around Thassa overall and just try and get the most out of that value. And even at the worst point, where say Thassa is taken from your deck on turn 0, it's fine, because ETB creatures are generally good creatures. They pass the Vindicate test, meaning they do something immediately, they get you value. So for the most part, Blink strategy is pretty safe. Alright, so I'm seeing Dread Presence. It's a lot of value, especially if we stayed at 2 colors. We're playing quite a few swamps. And it is a 4-drop. We do need 4 drops, so that's my current thing here. My current option. Mythos of Valuna, creating the token without red-green is fine, but it's just fine. Hypnotic Sprite is really good counter magic, because even though it's not great, it does say convert a mana cost 3 or less, for the most part, a lot of things in Cube are going to be 3-S. You're not playing these huge bomby things like Nyx Bloom Ancient. They're just not possible to cast. So for the most part, that counters a lot more targets than you'd expect. I do like the fixing here. Ritual of Soot. Destroy creatures with CMC 3 or less. Well, that would be a lot of our own creatures. But we do have some big finishers. I don't think we need this. I think we're playing a mid-range variant, so I'm not totally sold on it. But if it wheels, I wouldn't be offended taking it. I think Drowned Catacomb is the pick here. Portal of Sanctuary is interesting. We could technically bounce our own creatures. But it also costs 3 to get on the ground and then another 1 mana and tap to use the effect. And you can only also do it on your turn. If it wheels again, not offensive to take, but Spawn of Mayhem is also just solid. Not sure how we win the game with it, but it's fine. I do like Brain Maggot. I think that's the pick. I know that fixing is there, and that is good fixing. But Brain Maggot has a really good effect. It's very similar to Kitesail Freebooter. For the most part, I think it's a little worse than Kitesail Freebooter. It doesn't have the 1/2 body. It's not flying, but it does hit any non-land. So I think that's what we're going to take here. The Pseudo Thoughtseize creature. This is kind of nice, but we don't have that many instants, so... Interesting. Not a lot of great options for us. Sahili is fine. Comes in an artifact or creature. I don't have any really good artifacts. We have some good creatures, though. Nightmare Shepherd might be the pick here, because it's just a solid 4 per body. We do need some things to start filling out this part of the curve. This is looking pretty good right now. So, I mean, Epic Downfall is not bad. We do have some pretty good removal, though. We can get a little better than Epic Downfall, though. Hopefully we see something. Alright, so Lazav is interesting. But I do like Gary a lot. His ETB Drain is going to be really helpful. Body Double can just enter as any creature card in a graveyard. That's really flexible for us, and I kind of hope that wheels, but it's really going to be hard to say no to Gary right now when we have Thassa and we're playing only 2 colors. Rexage would be normally my pick if we were still in green. Lazav's fine. He's kind of harmless, though. I don't see him doing a ton for us. If someone can prove me wrong on that, please do. I think we're just going to go Negate. It's a really solid counterspell. Don't really say anything else I want here besides these 2 cards, and both of those are worse than Negate right now. Interesting if we wanted to go Splash for green, but that's double green, so it would be a little harder. I am really sold on Fibbles, though. That ETB draw cards are no joke, and as much as Talrand can run away with games, I think I'm just going to go for value. So, Agonizing Remorse is decent hand attack. Is it better than Thought Erasure? I don't know. Because that discards it, this exiles it, and also hits the grave. Chemister's Insight, though. We don't have a draw spell, so I kind of like that a little bit more here. Just because we can run out of gas in this deck. I don't count Commence the Endgame as a draw spell. We'll take Mire's Grasp. That's fine. The Ritual of Soot with the Portal of Sanctuary. You know what? Let's try out a new card. Let's see if it makes the cut. I'll take the fixing. Neither of those really help us that much. Yeah, I'm liking the look of this deck. I still don't think we're playing that. We might not need this. Might not need that either. We'll see. None of these are relevant, but we'll take Sahili.
Behold new wonders.
Let us behold new wonders. Alright, Body Double. I think we can really abuse that. Corpse Knight, go over here. And Kenrith's Transformation. Alright, that was pack 3. Let's take a look. So with our current list, we'd have to cut 2 cards. That seems fine going in the first game. I'm liking a lot of what we've got going on here. We do have 6 swamps. That's a good amount of triggers for Dread Presence. Otherwise, it is a 4-mana 3/3, but that's okay. I'm tempted to cut the Portal of Sanctuary, but we'll leave it in for now. I'll see how it does. I think we can ditch the Siren Storm Tamer. We are running a lesser amount of creatures, but we're running good value. I wouldn't really go lower than 13 normally, unless you're a very, very, very heavy spells heavy deck. Disfigure, it's fine. It usually gets rid of something, or Silent Departure. We already have a bounce effect that I like a lot more, so we'll take Disfigure here. So yeah, we'll roll with this. Oh, didn't realize I had caps lock on. Thassa'S. Fun. At least for us. Let's play a game. Alright, so it looks like we're up against Mr. Big, says Vivian. Let's see what he's got. This looks good to me. We can cast all our spells. We got a turn 2 play, and we're on the play. Hard to argue with that. That's pretty much all you want from a Magic hand. I mean, a turn 3 would be nice, but, you know, we're pretty much there. Alright, gain our 1 life and pass. Opponent does the same. Tempting. I think we will. Let's get a card out of their hand. Mess up some plans. Oof! Keenan and rocks? Ew. I'm not really scared of Keenan at this point in the game. This card I don't think is that good. I've yet to be proven wrong on that. But Midnight Clock, yeah, we'll take the ramp. It's a theoretical Bolt the Bird. He doesn't get to play the bird. At least until it's not relevant. And let's actually... yeah, let's take another card. Massacre Girl. Yeah, not really that great. We don't really want to be killing Keenan. Non-token dies. We make a token copy. Or we do want to be killing Keenan, but we don't want to kill him with Brain Maggot. Actually. Yeah, let's dump it. Body Double can always get it back. So, I'm not that upset. Our opponent is currently starved. And actually, let's just, while he is kind of suffering right now, let's just kind of drown him in advantage. Sounds good to me. Guarantee that's something weird, but we'll see. Still no place from our opponent. Scribe 1. Swamp goes to bottom. Don't need it right now. Let's bash him for 2. And play the Nightmare Shepherd. Funny thing, if you actually have the style for Nightmare Shepherd, all the tokens he makes also have the borderless style. It's kind of neat. One of the few styles I actually enjoy. Mirari's Wake. Interesting. Alright. So we're going to hold up Sinister Sabotage for sure. And swing in. Opponent goes to 12. End turn. Opponent's playing 5 color? Yeah, well, you don't get cards, dude. I would not recommend playing 5 color in this cube. I don't think the support is there. We'll keep Heartless Act. It's just a solid kill spell. Swing it again. We can do everything at instant speed, so no worries. What's our opponent got? He's got all his colors. They all make double mana. Voracious Hydra is solid. We can't beat it with Heartless Act. Because it is going to get some counters here. Does it have reach? Does not. So he wants to fight the Nightmare Shepherd. I think that's okay. That doesn't ruin too much. We will draw some cards. And that's good. Let's play the Thief of Sanity, because if he doesn't answer that, it's over. And then we'll hold up the Heartless Act, just in case. We're not going to attack this turn. We got him on 6. He's got a big boy, so we do have to watch out a little bit, but... Sure, some ramp. Yeah, Voracious Hydra is like one of the few targets Heartless Actor can't deal with that well, which is fine. It's a little unfortunate, but you don't see that many of these creatures in this cube relative to even the total like magic amount of creatures overall, so it's fine. Heartless Act hits way so many targets that it's not really a concern that it can't hit Voracious Hydra. And we are going to kill Goreclaw when he moves to combat here, right? You know, whenever... Oh, it's whenever Goreclaw attacks. He still has counter magic possibly up, but we'll force it out of the hand right now. Oh, no. Don't do that. Wrong mode. There we go. Kill the Terror of Calcisma. Alright. Had no removal up. No attacks. Alright, let's move to combat. Try and get some cards. Can't block. What are we stealing? Yeah, we'll take Kiora. That's perfectly fine. We can do that at instant speed. I don't really care to play Kiora right now, so that's okay. This isn't going to make a huge thing. We'll probably just get a 3-3. But, you know, if it eats a turn of Hydra and puts some more pressure on, gets us 2 more cards in the hand, that's perfectly fine with me. Mr. Biggs is going to take our Thief. Not a big fan. See what we can get. Alright, Thassa. We still have 19 cards left in the deck, so that dream isn't happening, but... So, what does Massacre Girl actually say? Whenever a creature dies this turn, each other creature gets -1/-1. So, dies, hits 3s, hits 4s. So, it would trigger once, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would trigger 5 times. And then with Thassa, it would trigger additional times. But don't think we're doing that. Right? Now let's do it. We give him a thing, we kill our things, and then he just has a big Hydra. Yeah, but we can't have him have Thief of Sanity, so... It can be Keenan? Oh boy, I didn't realize it could be Keenan. But yeah, we'll do some clearing here. And then we'll get some value. I don't really want either of these, I'll be honest here, but I'll take Disfigure. It's a little bit more relevant. We can kill this if we need to. This has Menace, which is pretty solid. Allows us to get past his creatures, so as long as he doesn't have any tricks, pretty okay. Yep, let's try it. Looks like it worked. Move. GG's, GG's. Alright. That Hydra actually gave us a little bit more trouble than I was expecting, but it still went relatively okay. Alright, I'll do one more game, see if our win record can hold up, or if we're going to have to rethink our deck. Alright, we're not going to change anything. We're just going to jump right into game 2. Tom Geo 64. That is Karn. Alright. We got excellent turn 2 play, excellent turn 3 plays, and we're on the play. Excellent. Come on, Karn. What you gonna do? We'll give him a hello also. I'm a big fan of Karn. He's got pants now, so it's all good. Mountain. Alright, so this is sorcery. We cannot respond, but you didn't have a turn 1 play that we need to bounce, so... Interesting, interesting. Got some tapped lands for the aggro deck. Not really that great, but we'll drop the Cloud Conceer. Draw a card. Hopefully another island. Body double. Not really what we want to see here, but it's fine. Another tapped land. Alright, put down this. Make him try that again. Hit him for 2. Yeah, I think we've got a pretty good deck on our hands for tempo, too. Especially, like, Exclusion Mage is an excellent tempo card. It sets your opponent back and moves you forward. It's hard to say no to Exclusion Mage in general, because it's almost Mana Ore. Alright, he just played it again. Alright, this doesn't do anything. Only other play is Callous Dismissal, but I'm not feeling Callous Dismissal right now. Not really afraid of a 1/1 Runaway Steamkin. He's considering blocks. Does he have a trick? I guess he is contemplating a trick. Oh, alright, let's hit through. Yeah, we'll hold up Sinister. That's pretty good. Ooh, something. Fire Prophecy. Kills our 2/1. Yeah, that's okay. I don't think we need that around to win the game. And Runaway Steamkin at 2/2 is not that scary. We're going to bounce it once it gets to 3/3 and it gets that value. Or if he, it is on cast, so this can go to 3/3 and he can get that other triple red if he casts another red spell. But I'm surprised he didn't do that before attacks. I guess he was considering something else and then changed his mind. But on the good side, he is in Gruul, so not all of his things are going to trigger Runaway Steamkin. Right, yeah, let's counter. Massacre Girl is not bad. We will take that, especially if it's in like a more aggressive deck, which is where you would expect to see these kind of cards. Hits me for 3. Is he going to drain? No, he's going to play the Rigging Runner. Not a card I see very often. Alright. What's he making for 3? Sure. Fine with me. We're going to probably surprise him with a Commence the Endgame at instant speed. And that'll be our turn, because I have a feeling he's going to play the Bone Crusher Giant. Let's take a look at him real quick. Not every tale ends in glory. Yeah, so there is the potential for Massacre Girl to go 1, 2, 3, which is kind of what we want. That completely blows him out. Trading 1 card for 3 of his. And it doesn't even trade, that's just the ETB. It's really solid. And I mean, Bone Crusher Giant is a house, but I think we should be okay. Opponent's still on 4 lands. Plays Bone Crusher, pumps Runaway Steamkin to 3. Does he move to attacks? Sure. Give him a nice surprise. Alrighty. So, creatures in grave. Not a lot we want to take with the body double right now. We don't really want to bounce the Bone Crusher Giant. It's not excellent. We do currently win the race, though, so I will move to combat. See what he does. He's just going to take it. Alright. We'll Fibbles. Get a blocker. Grab the 1, 2. We can Massacre Girl and blow him out with Fibbles. Oh yeah, let's do that. All right, we'll play the Drowned Catacomb. 1, 2, 3, and it doesn't kill our token. Yep. 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 Excellent. We did trade 1 card for 2. We traded our Fablethip away, but that's fine. He's at 9 life, and we've got some good options in hand. Siege Gang, solid. Oof, we have a way to bounce this. He's in trouble. Right, get rid of it now. Sounds good to me. We can actually make our own? Oh, yes, please. And that's the game. Alrighty. So with that, I think I'm going to call it here for this first video. It's already over a half hour long, roughly. I think that's about right. So, thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw, make sure to leave a like and even a comment of random letters down below, so that way the YouTube algorithm picks it up. And also, I'll probably be posting another video either tomorrow or really soon. So keep an eye out, and thank you all for watching. All right, that's it for me, so have a good one.